Come with me to set up for a ketamine session today. We're located inside my Wellness Collective in Amherst, New Hampshire. We currently have 11 different holistic providers in our space, offering many different wellness services. On dosing day, ketamine clients would make their way downstairs to our lower Zen room area, passing by the local art and finding our lower waiting room. Behind these curtains, you'll find our 3 nature-inspired Zen rooms. We have a desert cactus room and a starry pine room, and this in the center is our ketamine dosing space called the mushroom moss room. To begin setup, I add magnetized signs to the outer door. One is to indicate that we are in session and to please be quiet in the hallway, and the other is to indicate that we have somatic activating sessions in progress. Either breathwork or ketamine-assisted therapy can sometimes induce loud crying or shouting, but that important healing is taking place. Next, I dim the lights and turn on some mood lighting around the space. Turning on the salt lamp and the sound machine, and no matter the weather, opening the window for a little bit of fresh air. We love every detail that we've put into this space, and we hope that our clients feel the same. I've added a little 3D effect of nature coming out of the wallpaper scene. And yes, there's another reference to a white rabbit in the room, giving a nod to Alice in Wonderland, where we invite you to fall down the rabbit hole when you're here. These poppy flowers pay homage to other plant medicines. And here on the table, there are more white rabbits, a sound bowl, and my music and speaker station for treatment. Many of the walls are lined with sound panels. Next, I make sure the snacks are restocked because clients cannot eat for several hours before their ketamine dosing. Now it's time to make their bed with fresh sheets and an eye mask. I supply all of the sheets and pillows and blankets, including this very heavy weighted blanket as an option. I try to make the space as cozy as possible, and I essentially tell each client to treat it like this is their own personal hotel room for the next few hours and to get as cozy as they can. Clients are asked to dress in comfortable clothes or in layers so they can kick off the blanket if they get too hot, or cozy up with this soft blanket, or use the weighted blanket like a cocoon. I make sure there is water within reach, and we do have an emergency barf bag, although it's not used very often in case there's nausea. What I love about this chaise lounge is it can go down all the way like a bed with just the press of a button. It's hard to see in this video, but it does go completely flat, or you can bring it right back up to a seated position so you can get nice and cozy. Next, I put out a cup and a small dish for their medication dosing. I make sure to put signage in both waiting rooms that we have an activating somatic session taking place, and we apologize for any inconvenience of noise. One of the most important parts of setup is to make sure my sound system is working, since the music and the playlist is such a big part of the ketamine-assisted therapy journey. In my space, I have a very long auxiliary cord so that it is wired in, so we don't have to mess with Bluetooth not working. And I simultaneously have a speaker next to me playing the same music throughout the whole journey. I have this very heavy stone candle holder that I refill with a fresh candle. This is something that the client will light at the beginning of our ceremony and hold during meditation at the end. I don't want clients to worry about the time. I just want them to melt into the space. With the client's permission, I often start our ceremony by burning sage. It's often used to cleanse space or people of negative energy and promote spiritual connection. During the deep part of the journey and towards the end of our ceremony, I will burn Palo Santo. This is often used to invite positive energy in and emotional healing. I invite clients to choose a stone or two or a crystal, if they would like, to hold during their journey to keep themselves grounded to the space. They can hold it for their entire journey, or they can just let go and let it fall into the sheets. They can find it again later during their journey if they need it. When using sublingual ketamine, the client needs to hold the medicine in their mouth for 15 to 20 minutes until the medicine takes effect. Some clients prefer to flip through a nature book or look at a piece of artwork while they wait. Others will put on their eye shades and start listening to the music and slowly begin their journey. I make sure to have paper for journaling or art supplies for drawing when a client comes back to the room after their journey, in case they have what we call an ineffable experience that's hard to put into words. The last part of preparation for a ketamine dosing day is to review the notes from our prep sessions prior to today's dosing. This includes their dose and detail of their intentions for treatment, past traumas, or any past psychedelic dosing journeys they've had, and lastly, getting consent for physical support such as a handhold or if they prefer to have space. I review all of this with the client before we start the dosing. Okay, it looks like the room is ready for another magical dosing day. All that's left for me to do now is to zen out in this space, regulate my own system, and wait for the client to show up. If any of this speaks to you, or you feel like this might be the kind of treatment that you need, feel free to reach out. We'll explore that together.